Hello there, I'm Ann Edwards, and thanks for joining us on Up Close here at the Global Islamic Economy Summit, GIS 2013. With me on board the show is Muhammad Faisal, who is founder of Tanamera Tropical Spa. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Faisal, and congratulations, you have won an award. How do you feel?
Well, first it was a bit of a shock. I mean, I know some of the contenders were actually some of the big names. I will not mention who. And it was that when it happened, it was actually a really a great surprise. And we were very honored to be chosen. I think, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think were the points or criteria that actually, gave you the award?
I think being small in this regard gave us an advantage because we have a lot more room to be innovative. We have a lot more room to be creative. We have a lot more room to be different. Because I think what they were looking for is halal, the whole concept of halal, in a non-conventional way. Because I think all this while we've been exposed to only halal has become food. Now people start talking about pharmaceutical and all that, and here we are, we're introducing the concept of halal cosmetics, which is quite fresh. So I think that was our main advantage.
What are the challenges thus far that you had to go through in order to be what you are today?
Well, I think for most SMEs, the biggest challenge have always been on the finance side, finding the right partners, marketing, issues like trademark. I mean, the list goes on. So, but it all boils down to not having enough money, But the way we work is that we try to find ways where we can actually work with partners where they would share a major part of the marketing and all that, while we are focused a lot more on the development. So far it's a win-win situation. Yeah.
Do you find yourself easier to do business outside of Malaysia, in the Middle East, for example? You are big right here in Dubai.
Well, I wouldn't say that we are big. We're still quite new in Dubai, and we have some interesting plans here with our partners. But I do agree that we find it easier for us to actually go international or to try to market ourselves in, say, for example, in Europe, because people have a look at our ingredient and they immediately know that our quality, and they don't question us so much about, say, whether you're good or not and all that, because they be able to discern themselves just looking at our ingredient. But while back home in Malaysia, we had a lot of problem because people tend to believe that local Malaysian brand is substandard. Local Malaysian brand will not be as good as the international brand. But we have proven it that it is actually the other way around.
Right. And so that's the perception.
Yes.
And is that still very apparent?
Not so much, because I think what we did, where it was very different from what other people did, is that we decided to export first. I think you guys are also the same thing. We actually send our product overseas first, and then after we manage to get into a few countries, like Germany, Belgium, Russia, Japan. We won an award in Japan, Dubai, and all that. Then when we came in, people don't question us anymore, because as far as they're concerned, they say, "Oh, if you're successful over there, that means you must be good." So that now it is much easier. In fact, what's interesting is that people now are actually proud to know that we are a Malaysian brand, and that's something that we've been trying to nurture for the longest time.
Right. So moving forward, what are your plans?
Well, to be very honest, our strength have always been on the development of product. We are not very good in marketing, so we focus on our key strengths, which is the development, expansion of product, and we work with different partners to export, to market the product in individual countries. So that's what we are planning. Next year we're opening 3 more countries, inshallah, for Tanamera. Still very small, but it is a start. And we want to step up more international exhibition to highlight our brand into new market, like maybe South America, maybe even Africa and all that. Yeah.
And taking into account health management and wellness, what are the opportunities out there for the halal sector or SMEs like yourself?
I think there's a lot of advantage, and one of the things that I think a mistake that a lot of so-called halal brand tend to make is that to limit the market to the Muslim community. Halal is for all. Because halal is a concept that encompasses everything. It encompasses fair trade, it encompasses eco-cert, it's like ISO, it is GMP, it is cleanliness, it's safety, it is, how do you say it, workers' protection, because halal and tayyiba, or halal and intention, you cannot separate it. So if along the way, along the chain, where you are doing things that we know is haram, like for example, paying bribes is haram. There's no two ways about it. You know, there's no way you can justify, say, oh, I'm paying bribe and it's pseudo halal. No, paying bribe is haram. So when you do pay bribes to get a business, does your transaction halal? No, it's not. Your transaction is haram. So automatically the product that you're selling is haram. So that's why you cannot separate these two. And right now there's a lot of talk about ethical finance, you know, and which is the strength of Islamic banking, where people realize that the Western concept of banking is very almost non-ethical. The bank would never lose. Somehow or other, the bank will always be protected. While the Islamic banking tend to share the profit, share the chances of loss. So it is more ethical, it's much more transparent. And more people, interestingly enough, are actually even in Western country, are slowly changing. They are doing double-digit growth for the past, I think, more than 20 years. Are changing. Even in Malaysia, you see a lot of people rather take Islamic banking than conventional banking. So what I think the greatest opportunity is, other than selling the product, we are finally be able to bridge the gap between Muslim and non-Muslim by actually explaining what halal is all about. And we hope people beginning to understand what Islam is all about. We are all not suicide bombers. You know, we produce good product, we produce safe product, we produce clean product, as that is basically a part of our religion. So by doing and sharing halal product, we hope we'll be able also to share the whole concept of Islam. It's a huge opportunity out there.
Right. Yeah. Finally, can you comment on how was your experience at this 2-day summit?
Mind-boggling. I completely unexpected. I mean, I thought I've attended quite a lot of seminar, conference, and all that, and I think this is one of the best I have. Thomson Reuters have done an amazing job. We've been taken care so well. I'm learning a lot along the way, meeting great Muslim thinkers along the way, and meeting some old friends. Like Shahid from Zabiha.com. These are all old friends, you know, Mr. Ahmad from Crescent Meat and all that. These are all old friends. I haven't seen them for, wow, I think nearly about 8-9 years. And it's great to see all these old hands again. And also it's a wonderful learning experience, and just the point of discussion. And it's interesting that people are willing to question, and that's what I find exciting. People are willing to question the traditional belief, and when I attend conference like this, it shows me there's a lot of hope for us Muslim, you know, in the coming century.
Especially for business.
Not only for business. I think for the longest time, I think people have, Islam is regressing. People start thinking that we should go back to the religion of the desert. But that's not what Islam is all about. Islam is a progressive religion. You have to question a lot of things. You have to question this, you have to question that. And sometimes you might even have to be willing to change some of your own belief system. We know what cannot be changed, but the rest, you can question it. So when you have people like this together, not everybody would agree to it, which is fine. You know, that's democracy. That's different opinion, which is really great, and that's what makes it colorful. So when you have all these great minds sitting down together and start talking and discussing and all that, and this is an opportunity for Islam to actually move to the next stage. And I hope this will be the first of many. Extremely impressed, extremely happy with the whole setup, the whole point of discussion. It's been an amazing experience.
Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Lovely weather here in Dubai, actually. Right?
It is actually. It's wonderful, and I can wear baju Melayu.
Yeah, and we were very proud to see you going upstage.
Thank you.
In your baju Melayu.
Oh yeah, it's just a standard, and I always say that we Malaysian do not identify ourselves enough as Malaysian. Which we should do.
Great. Good job.
Thank you very much.
And that was Muhammad Faisal from Tanamera. Of course, he was the award winner here at GIST 2013. I'm Annette. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.